Hi, good morning all. My voice
Yeah,
is,
good morning.
yeah,
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
yeah, good morning.
Screen is visible.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, today we'll discuss about SQL functions. So yesterday we were discussing about the set operators. So what are the set operators we came across? Yesterday only we discussed about the set operators, right? Union, union all, intersect, minus. These are set operators.
Minus.
Yeah. So why when we are using the set operators, we can able to join 32 select statements over here and we will get that output, right? So you would have observed different ways of using that set operators over here. Okay. So today will discuss about SQL functions or SQL functions over here. So function is a set of statements that gets executed on calling. A function can take arguments as input and can return the result as the output over here. So not only in SQL, in Plsql also we are having function over there. So on procedures, functions, we are having, whenever we are using this function, what happens here? It will always return a value, whether it is in SQL or Plsql. Okay. So it must return a value. So that point we should remember here. So next one is that every function is used to define to perform the task over here. So every function we are having multiple functions. So under SQL, so you will come across multiple functions over here. So why we are using here? So the function is used to define to perform the task or the action over here. So under Oracle, so Oracle developers define some function in Oracle database to perform the tasks over here. So these are already built-in function, already built in Oracle database. So these are called as a built-in function over here, right? So we can also call them as predefined function. So because they are already defined. So what do you mean by this built-in function? That are already built in the Oracle database, that is called as the built-in function. We can also call this built-in function as the predefined functions over here. Okay, why? Because they are already defined. So under this functions, you can able to see this. Oracle supports two types of functions here. So one is predefined or built-in function. So just we came across this. So predefined or built-in function will be using in SQL and Plsql. Whereas user-defined function will be using only in Plsql. So now we'll be discussing about this built-in functions only. No, we'll not discuss about this user-defined. We'll be discussing about this user-defined functions in our Plsql, right? So coming into the predefined functions over here. So what do you mean by this predefined function here? So already they have been defined. Already they have been built in the Oracle database. Those are called as the predefined function here, right? So under this, we are having two categories here. So one is single row function. Another one, it is the multiple row function over here. So we can also tell a single row function as the scalar function over here, multi-row functions as the grouping functions, right? What do you mean by this single row? So coming into the single row function here. So single row, these functions are written a single row or the group of values. Those are called as the single row function. So under the single row function, we are having four types of functions over here. Like it is the numeric or number functions over here. We can also call it as a math function here. So next it is the string functions over here. So why we are using the string function? We can also tell like where we are going to use it under the character. So it is also called as the character functions here. So next it is the date functions over here. So next it is the conversion functions. We are also having that aggregate function, that is also group function only. So multi-row function, that is also aggregate functions only. Grouping functions. Aggregate functions, we all know the 5 types of functions, that is a min, max, sum, count. Those are the aggregate functions over here. So now we will study about this numeric, string, date, and conversion. So under this function, each and every functions are very important. So we will use it in our syntax. According to the requirement, we will use them, right? So first one, it is a numeric or the number functions over here. So coming into the numeric function here. So what do you mean by this numeric here? Why we use numeric function in general? Numbers is used to perform the operations on the numbers over here. So they accept the numeric values as input and return the numeric values as the output here. Under the numeric functions, we are having some functions like it's a power function over here, square root we are having the absolute value, we are having the sign over here, mode function. Next also we'll be coming across this cos, sine, log, trunc over here, tan function. Next it is a round of function, ceil function, floor. So these are the functions which will be coming across this numeric functions over here. So numeric means it is used to perform the operation on numbers. It will accept the numeric values as input and return the numeric values as output here. So coming into the first function under numeric, it is the power over here. So power of m comma n. So what is the m? It is a value, n is the exponent. So in our mathematical, we would have come across this power function, right? It is used to give the power of the given expression over here when we are using this. Suppose we are using the power function here. So how we are using here the power function is the syntax here. For each and every time, every function, we are having the syntax. The syntax here means whatever the function name, that will be the syntax along with the whether it is a value or exponent or the string over here. According to that, we will add here. Okay. So this we are having a syntax like power m comma n here. Okay. So as I told, whenever we are using it on a single row function, that is going to give us it is going to return a single row or the group of values over here. So you're writing a select statement here, like select power 20 comma 2 from 0. So what happens in this case here? So functions also used to perform on the calculations only, right? So usually we are using on the dual table, our dummy table. What will be our output here? Select power 20 comma 2. How it will consider the output here? Any
400.
idea? 400. Okay. We'll just execute. Just a second. So as you told, the first one it is 400, right? So what happens here? Power comma 20 comma 2. So it is 400. So coming into the second query, select power 2 comma 4 over here. Again power 4 comma 8, power 0 comma 0, power null comma null. So what will be the output here? How we will calculate the power here? It is like a 20. We are mentioned 2 over there. 20 into 20. So we are getting
16.
the output as 400. So what will be the first output for this? So it will divide the
16.
output. First it is 16. Second it is 4 into 4 into 4 into 4. That time 8 times we need to multiply the 4 over here. Again power 0 comma 0. What happens to the power 0 comma 0? Anything to the
0.
power, anything to the power 0, it becomes 1, not 0. Anything to the power 0, it comes 1 only. We'll give the output as 1. So again power null comma null.
Null.
Null comma null is null. So you can able to see the output here. So first one. So it shows 16. Next it is. So how we use in our mathematical, same way here. It will calculate and give you when we are using this power function. When it is power 0 comma 0, it is 1 only. Right? It is not 0. So when it is null, it is null. So this we use, this is a power function which gives the power to the given expression over here, right? So coming to the next function. So next it is the square root over here. So square root, it returns the square root value of the specified number over here. So it gives the square root of a given number or input value must be positive here. So whenever we are using the square root also, the input value should be positive. Okay. So why we are telling it should be positive? You can just observe here. So what will be the first output here when we are using select square root? As I told, what function we are using, so that we should mention here. So select square root. So it is SQRT, the syntax over here, the key name keyword over here. So 9 from dual. So what happens in this case here?
3.
3. So coming into the next one. Next is select query. So select square root 2, square root 8, square root 0, square root null from dual. So this class will be where we are using our mathematical, where we are going to use these functions, right? So in real time, for any invoice, we want to make some changes. So like that, we use these functions, or want to change any string. There we use this multiple function. So here we are using square root here. So the first one, it is 9 over there. So coming into the second one. Sorry, first one it is 3. Second one, square root 2, square root 8. What happens to square root 0?
0.
Square root 0, 0. Square root 8, we don't know. Square root null.
Null.
So you can able to see. So square root of 2. So in our mathematical, we would have come across this 1.414, we would have learned. Same thing only. Okay, square root of 0, it is 0. Square root of null, it is null. Right? So most of the cases, during using in our invoicing, we use this square root function over there. Right? Any doubt in this function? So next we are having a function, like it is a mode function. So this is the mode function. So in this mode function, it returns the remainder value of the specified number and the divisor over here. So to use this mode function, we are having the syntax like it is a mode m comma n over here. So mode m is a value and n is a divisor here. M is the value and n is the divisor. So where all we use this mode function to find out whether it's an even number or odd number, or whether it's a leap year or not a leap year. So what do you mean by leap year and not a leap year here? Leap year and not a leap year. What do we understood in that? How we will consider whether it's a leap year or not?
365 days, 360 days.
When we are having on the February month, it is 28 days. It is leap year or not a leap year?
Yes. 29 is a leap year.
29 is a leap year. 28 is not a leap year. So how to find out whether a particular year is a leap year or not? We use this mode function over here. Okay. Next, where all we will use it to find out whether it's an even number or odd number. So even number, we know it is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Those are the even number. Odd numbers is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So how to find out what particular value is even number or odd number? We use this mode function. So it's the mode m comma n over here. So mode of m is nothing but the value here. N is a divisor. Okay. So here you are using select mode of 5 comma 2 from dual. So what happens in this case here? How it will consider? What will be the value here? When it is mode, value it is 5 and divisor it is 2. How it will consider now? So we should divide 5 by 2 over here, right? First of all. So what happens here? You're receiving one reminder over here. You're getting the reminder or not? In case if you're getting a reminder, right? When you're getting one reminder, we will consider as it is the odd number over there. Okay. Suppose instead of 5, if I'm going to give 2 here, the value 2 over here, I'm giving 10 over here. 10 comma 2 I'm mentioning. So what happens obviously here? I don't have any remainder. It is 0 over here. So it will consider as it's the even number. Like this, we will consider using this mode function. So using mode, the value, whatever the value, whatever a divisor. When it is divisor, we are getting one reminder. It will consider as the odd number. When we are getting the remainder as 0, it will consider as the even number over here, right? So coming into the next one. Select 1 comma 5. Again mode of 5 comma 2 here. Mode of 0 comma 0. Mode of null comma null. So how it will consider now?
In this multiple also we can give, right?
Multiple means?
Like mode, we have added 3.
Yeah, we can give. For each and everything, it shows the output separately. So here I'll
Okay.
get output 1, 2, 3, 4. I get 4 types of output here.
Okay.
What will be the first output here? Mode of 1, 5. No idea. Mode of 1, 5. How it is considering here? It is giving you that divisor. It is showing you the remainder as 1 over here. Again, mode of 5, 2. So it is 1, 0, 0. It is 0. Null, it is null. So how here it is considering 1 here? When we are having the remainder, it will consider 1. When we don't have remainder, it will show as 0. Even though if you are having some remainder, for example, here, you are adding for this mode of, here I'll give it like mode of 15 I'm giving, and here I'm giving 5 here. So obviously what happens in this case? How it will consider? First it is the value, next it is the divisor. So 15 should be divided.
0.
What is the value over here? It is showing 0, right? So how it is considering now when I'm giving 1 here? So have you understood the concept, how it is working? How it is taking the output here? If you are showing something, if you're going to give the value like 21, 5. So what happens in this case now?
1.
Is it showing you the exact remainder over here, or even for 1 it shows 1 only? Here I'm giving 21, it shows 1 only. So suppose I'm giving 22 here. So again it shows 1 or 2 the remainder.
2, ma'am.
2 is the remainder.
How it is considering? You'll be having a doubt, right? Previously I showed the example like 10, 5 over here. Remainder it is 0. So when it is exactly matching, it is 0 over here. So now I'm giving 22, 5 over here. 22 is the value, 5 is the divisor. So what happens? The remaining, how many we are having? It is 2 over here. Any doubts in this? Suppose I'm giving 5, 0, 5. Now how it will consider the mode function? Though it will return the remainder value of the numeric data of the specified column over here. So where here I didn't use any, years I didn't use nothing I used. I just used only the mode, the value and the divisor over here. So obviously what happens
0.
when it's 0, 5? 0 or
0.
5? It will consider 0, right?
Ma'am, but in 1, 5, we need to put 0 in the quotient.
We should put 0 in the, we will put
But
0 in the
remainder is,
quotient, but remainder it is considering as 1 when we are giving 1, 5 here.
yeah.
Hmm.
If we need to put 0 in the quotient, the remainder always be 1, ma'am.
Quotient means here, you're telling in this value, you're telling
No,
the
ma'am. When
value.
we divide 1, 5,
Hmm.
the remainder will be 0, na, ma'am.
Remainder will be 0. You're dividing the value and the divisor it is 5, right? Value is 1, dividing by 5.
What about 2, 5?
But where
2,
is
5. Okay.
4?
2, 5. So here 2 is the value, the number over here. 5 is a divisible. So we should divide 2 by 5. How it is considering 2 now? Otherwise, I will give 10, 6. Now tell me what will be the value here. If I'm going to give mode of 10, 6 here. I'm giving mode of 10, 6. What will be the value for us?
4, ma'am.
4. How it
4.
is considering 4 here?
We need to divide by 10 by 6.
Divide 10 by
6.
10 by 6 we are dividing. So obviously what happens here? You're getting the output as 4 over here. So same way, instead of 10, I'm giving 12. What will be the output here?
2.
You understood the concept here, how it is working, how it is, the mode is calculating here. Why it shows
Okay,
0?
could you please replace the values? That means 6, 12.
6, 12. Okay, 6 is the value over here and 12 it is the divisor. Okay, so according to the
Yes.
syntax only we should go. So what happens here?
Okay.
Just opposite, right? Same thing, if I'm entering 12 as the value and 6 as the divisor, now what happens here? It is showing the output as? What output it is showing now?
0.
0, it is considering 0 here. No reminder. Right? Any doubt in this mode function here? So according to the syntax only. Okay. So whatever you're mentioning here, this will become the value, or we can tell as a number over here. Second one, it is the divisor over here. So according to that, it is calculating and it is giving you this. So mode, it will return the value, reminder value of the specified number and the divisor here, right? We'll go to the next function here. So next function, we are having the seal function over here. So what happens to the seal function here? So seal will be using same thing whenever we are coming across our invoicing. So seal, it is used to display the next highest value here. So it is also return the value which is greater than or equal to the given value over here. In those cases, we use this seal function here, right? So we are having some examples over here. So first it is a seal of 8. So for that we are having the syntax like seal the number. So previous it is a mode of value and the divisor. Here it is seal the number. So here seal, it is going to display the highest value, next highest value over here. Okay, I'll copy all this entire thing. So seal of 8. So when I'm using seal of 8 from dual, what will be the output for me now? It is going to
9.
display the next highest value. So you should just, it is going to give you the
9.
output as 9 over here. Okay. So next you're using, according to the syntax over here. So where we are telling like a seal 6.2 over here. Select seal 6.2 from dual. So what happens in this case here? According to the decimal. So decimal, it is less than 5.
6.5.
It is
6.5.
6.5. 6.5. How it is 6.5 here? How it is 6.5? So when we are having the decimal places below 5, it will treat as, in general, it will treat as 6.2 only. But when you're using it under the seal function, what happens? It is going to generate you the next highest value. Even if you don't have the point after this the decimal, you are having less than 5 also, it will calculate the next highest values. So after 6, it is 7 here. It is going to give you the output as 7 here directly when you're using this seal function, right? Same way you'll be having a doubt. Coming to the second example. So where we mentioned like seal, select seal 12.6 over here. So it is greater than the decimal. When it is greater than the decimal, what happens in general? 1 will be added to the before the decimal. So my output will be 13, right? So actually, what is the work of the seal over here? It is showing you, it is generating the next highest value. It is not checking with the decimal places over here. So obviously, what happens here while executing this third query?
14.
14. So 2 we got increased. So as I told, this seal function, it is nowhere related to the decimal over here. In general, if you're not going to use the decimal while coming into the mathematics, we want to use the round off. So when it is 0.5, above 0.5, we will add 1. So obviously, we'll get the output as 13. When you're using it under seal, what happens? It is going to consider only this particular value. So 12. So next value, what is it? It is 13, right?
13.
So how you told 14 is, so where you are added 1 to before value like 13, again you have added 1 value, right? So you're getting 14. So actually it is considering, it is adding 1 value over here to the value. Already you are having 1 value or a number here. It is adding 1 more, right? So obviously it's showing you the output as 13 here. So nowhere it is related to the decimal places here. So coming into the fourth query. So seal of 4.4, seal of minus 5.1, again seal of 0, seal of null from dual. So now it is minus here. So how it will consider when it is minus?
5, 4, 1, null.
5, 4.
5 minus
1,
4
null.
Just tell me the answer. 5
minus
Minus
4
4,
minus
0
4,
null
0 and null.
0.
Okay.
Yeah.
0 and null, right. We'll execute. So it is 5 minus 5,
Minus
0, null. As I told, see, when it is minus also, what happens in this case? It is adding 1. Right. So if you have here, for suppose I'm just mentioning here, minus 5.5 over here. So how it will consider? It is minus 6 over here, or it is minus 7. How it is considered now? Minus 5. How minus 5? Here also I give the example like minus 5.1. Okay. So when it is minus 5, it shows as minus 5 only. So I'm given like minus 5.5 over here. So it is minus 5. So what happens here? Even you are having the decimal places also, it is not considering. When it is minus, it gives you the same output only as minus 5 only. It will not decrease the value or increase the value, right? When it is minus also, it will show the same value over here. When we are having a positive number, then only it will add 1. For example, I'm removing this minus over here. Okay. Just a second.
6 then.
Then it shows like 6. Yes.
6.
So you should see the output, right? So it is showing you the output as 6 over here. So when it is minus, it is giving you the same output. No changes there. So you will be getting one doubt, or you'll be getting somewhere some doubt will occur there, right? So when it is minus 5.5 or minus 5.7, it will not consider any decimal places. When it's minus 5.7, it is minus 5 only, right?
Right.
So coming into the next query here. So select seal 2, seal 2.01, seal 23.65, again seal 245.21, seal of 4,567.78, seal of minus 23.1, seal of minus 456.90, and seal of minus 3,451. What will be the output here?
2, 3,
2, 3, 24,
24, 246,
246.
4,568,
Okay.
minus 23, minus
Minus
446,
minus 446. Next
minus 345.
Okay, so that will be the output here. So according to your output. So you're getting that output, right? Same way coming into the next example. So next example is minus 123.45, again seal of plus 123.45, again seal of 123. Normally we are given. So obviously what happens here? When it is minus only. So when it is, you are using the plus symbol over here, it is going to consider as 1. So same way when you're not using any symbols over here, whether it is addition or subtraction over here, minus or plus, obviously it is considering 1 and it is giving the output like 124 over here. So seal where it is adding 1 value, but it is not checking the decimal over there, right? So coming into the next function here. So next function, so we are having a small example here. You can create one table, you can add the rows into it, and you can calculate from the fees and the seal of fees over here. Okay. So if you want, I'll just show the seal value here. So we are going to take from our API underscore invoices or table. So where we are taking one column like a invoice amount column over here. Okay. So for that invoice amount column, I'm using the seal function over here. So how we are using the seal function here is in the select statement itself, you can able to see the syntax here, seal invoice underscore amount over here. So when executing, you can able to see the seal value. So this is your column, this is your table column, and this is the function you are used. Okay. So how it is considering it is 10,022.4. So how it is considering now? It is 10,023 here. So 2,000, it is 2,000 only, right? It is again 2707.68. So how it is considering here? 1 it is adding. So it is 2708 over here. Right? When it's having decimal places, you can able to see here. So when it's having a decimal places also, it is adding 111 and it's giving you the output here. So whenever you don't have any decimal places over here, it shows the same output here. So this is how we use the field function here. According to our requirement, according to the tables, according to the columns, you're going to mention here, you're going to mention, so you can able to see. Instead of writing the number over there, we are taking from our invoice underscore amount column over here, that you should mention here. Then only it will calculate a field function for the particular column, right? So this is the method. So select the, first you're going to select the column name. Again, you're using the field function over here. Again, you're using in the syntax here, instead of number, you're using the invoice underscore amount here. So from AP underscore invoices or table. So this is how we use it. So I want according to the requirements over here, right? We'll go to the next function here. So next we are having like it is a floor. Next function, it is the floor here. So when we are using seal, it is going to give the highest value, right? When we are using the floor, what happens? It displays the next lowest value over here. So the purpose of the floor function, it is return the integer value which is equal to the specified number or less than the specified number over here. Seal, it is going to add one value, whereas floor, it is going to less one value over here. Okay, so here we are using that floor function. You can observe it. So we are having a syntax here like floor the number here. Okay, so this is the syntax. So select floor where it is 12.85 from dual. So what happens to this case? What will be the output here now?
12.
It is okay, 12.
12.
Second one,
31.
second one, 31. Third one, you just tell, I'll just execute now. 31. Next,
18.
18.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2.
3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we'll just execute this. So what is the use of the floor here? It is going to show the next lowest value, right? According to the floor functionality. So what happens in this case here? Whether our output will be correct? So it is 12.85. How it is considering here?
12.
It is 12. You'll be having a dot. Why didn't consider 11 over here?